What's going to be the beginning agitation of this Third World War? The Arabs. Who do America keep talking about attacking? Iran, Iran, Iran. Didn't after 9/11 they had a war on Islam. They said it was a war against terrorists, but it was really a war on Islam. They attacked Osama bin Laden, Saddam Hussein, all these Islamic countries. All right, that's the lion, because the Lord gonna raise up the Arabs like a lion. All right, it says, as if a man, the man is Esau, did flee from a lion. Didn't America just attack and kill? They assassinated the nuclear scientists in Iran. That top nuclear scientist, which was that was an act of war, because that was a government official. All right, that nuclear scientist in Iran, that was a government official. So technically, that was a political and government assassination by America, which is an act of war. If you assassinate any top official of a nation, that's an act of war. And Iran keeps saying what? Number one, Iran, look it up. Iran put out an arrest warrant for Trump. All right, Iran said they got an arrest warrant. They put out an arrest warrant for Donald Trump. All right, and Iran said, listen, we're not going to forget about that attack. We're not going to forget about that assassination. All right, I always bring this up. Why you think they assassinated Chavez? They poisoned Hugo Chavez and assassinated him. Because Chavez made a bold statement. He said, if America attack Iran, I'm going to team up with Iran and attack America and fight against America. All right, and America mocked Hugo Chavez and said, you don't have no power to attack. Venezuela don't have no power to attack America. But that was a bold Asherite. All right, I believe the brother was from the tribe of Asher. I believe he was Israel. I don't think he was a Spaniard, because he had that spirit. And he hated Esau. Remember, Hugo Chavez came to the White House and called Junior Bush the devil. He called him the devil right in the United Nations. That man was a G when he came to New York on Esau's turf. All right, Joel, the 2nd chapter. What verse in Joel? Or you mean Joel, the 2nd chapter in general? Let me finish this thought, Brother King Ponder. All right, so he was a G with it. So there's been tension with Iran. Back in 2005, I think 2006, during the new year, in the first week of January of 05 or 06, I believe I still got a copy of the newspaper in New York. It said Iran next. Because America had already dealt with Afghanistan, and they had already attacked Saddam Hussein, Iraq in 2003. So I think it was 2005 or 2006 on the front of the newspaper. It was not New Year's Day. It was like a couple of days into January, whichever year that was. And it said Iran next. So there's always been tension with Iran and the Arabs. All right. Now, Esau got to worry about domestic terrorism. That's why they had to shoot Ashley Babbitt, because she was a damn domestic terrorist that tried to crawl through the damn window of the Capitol and got capped. Got her cap peeled. Right? Ashley Babbitt. She tried to crawl through the window of the Capitol and got her peel capped. As they say, my brothers out in LA say.
Got her cap peeled.
Got her cap peeled, all right? Like Jake said in New York, got her wig pushed back. All right, even though they shot her in the neck, but still. All right, Ashley Babbitt got capped. All right, no cap. She got capped and no cap. All right, but back to the fact of the matter, no father, no father, no father. It says, and a bear met him. Who's the bear? Who's the bear? No, on Facebook Live. Who's the bear? Put it in the comment board. The man is Esau. The lion represents the Arabs. Who's the bear? It says, as if a man did flee from a lion, Esau, their initial tension is going to be with Iran. I mean, with the Arabs. Khan, Brother King Ponder, Russia. Sister Janice, is it? All right, she put, is it Russia? Is it? Yes, it is. The bear represents Russia. We already know their symbol and their emblem is the bear. All right, it says, and a bear met him, because what? Russia has already said, look, you can't tell Iran nothing about their nuclear weapons. They already backed up Iran on several occasions. All right, and a lot of the other Arab states. All right, it says, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Who's the serpent? All right, who's the serpent? Anybody? Put it in the comment board. Put it in the comments. Who's the serpent? Amos 5:19. It says, the man, which is Esau, the lion is the Arabs, the bear represents Russia. Now, who's the serpent? All right. Anybody? The serpent is China. All right. No, the serpent is not USA. The serpent is China. The serpent is China in Amos 5. No, not USA, y'all. The serpent is China. The USA is already the man. No, all of y'all got it wrong. Y'all got 4 answers. Y'all did good with Russia, but y'all got 4 answers. Y'all all got them wrong. It's okay. It's okay. All right. It's better to take a chance and get it wrong, and you learn next time. All right. The serpent is China. Isn't China's emblem? Yeah, Brother Obadiah, Moab. All right. Obadiah YASHARAHLA in the building. Shalawam. East New York in the building. All right. From East New York to the truth. Kwam Yashala. All right. From the streets of East New York to the truth. God damn it. Kwam Yashala. But the serpent is China. What is China's emblem? The big dragon or big serpent. All right. Well, yeah, America's a serpent too. Yeah, America's a damn serpent too. You know. Yeah. Y'all right in a way, but not in the scripture. You gotta put it in context. All right. Amos 5:20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light? Right? Isn't the day of the Lord darkness? Isn't darkness coming upon America? They talking about rioting at all 50 state capitals and the Washington, D.C. capital. Now, we don't know. It's all up to the Most High. There's 3 major dates and events that's supposed to take place. Tomorrow, they claim it's supposed to be massive blackouts on January 13th. We got to see if that's going to happen. The 17th, there's supposed to be some major uprising. They calling for arms on the 17th. Then on the 20th, they saying, listen, rush all of the state capitals, all 50 states, and overtake them, even including Washington. But you can imagine how the security going to be in Washington, all right, or, for Biden, unless it's an inside job, and they allow something to go down. But they're going to have a massive, massive security for Biden's inauguration. But let's see. You never know. All right. There was an episode of The Simpsons from 1996 where they showed January 20th, 2021, massive chaos breaking out all over America. And you know that Simpsons don't be wrong. That Simpsons be telling the goddamn truth. All right. So, let's see. Let's see. I know y'all say, oh, that's conspiracy, elder, and that's a coincidence. How the hell they put this in a goddamn cartoon 20 years before it happened?
They even put Trump as the president before it happened.
Come on, man. It got to be something to it. Hollywood knows the truth.
God.
Because they plan and they structure things. They set things up. They plan them. And if the Most High allow it to happen, sometimes the Illuminati, they plan stuff and it don't happen. It gets shut down. But sometimes they plan stuff years in advance, and what? The Most High allowed them to go because it's the Most High that's controlling it. Huh. All right, verse 20. Again, Amos 5:20. Shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light? Meaning what? It's going to be light for the 1/3 of Israel, but it's going to be darkness, death, and destruction for everybody else. It says, and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it. Meaning what? It's going to be a day of major destruction from the Most High. And we're entering that day now. We are in the process of entering that day right now. So I think there was another question. I think there was another question from Brother King Ponder. Was there another card? Oh, Joel, the 2nd chapter. Yeah, prophetically, unless if you're talking about a specific verse, but Joel, the 2nd chapter mainly goes into the race wars and the last days, whereas Amos, the 5th chapter, goes into the day of the Lord. Joel is the precursor, the race wars and everything that's going to be happening, all the chaos that's going to be happening in the cities, and how he's going to raise up the elect and give them spiritual power to fight against certain forces in this earth. That's what Joel, the 2nd chapter, is going into. But Amos 5:18 and 19, that's the day of Yahweh's return. That's what it's talking about. And we're leading up to that because it's becoming days of darkness for the so-called white man in his kingdom. All right, so tell them to come in. The boys can continue to get ready, but tell the girls to come. We're going to do the opening prayer. All right, so Joel 2:2. Let's go to Joel 2:2. Okay, Joel chapter 2, verse 2. Yahweh Ow. All right, like my brother down in Atlanta. All right, Yahweh Ow. Joel, the 2nd chapter and the 2nd verse. Salakia. Joel 2:2, and it reads thus and so. A day of darkness, and it said, blow ye, let's start at 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness, of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after, even to the years of many generations. Because what? The Most High said, Shalawam, Judah's son, is Joel is more so prophetic language. Well, they're both prophetic language, but Joel is going into the events that are going to lead up to the day of the Lord. So that's why he said a great people, because Israel, 144,000 going to be raised up and be given spiritual power. And that's how we're going to be able to protect ourselves and the rest of the 1/3 when all hell break loose. So it's synonymous with it. You can link the two up, but the language in Joel, the 2nd chapter, is events that are going to lead up to the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Well, Amos is just going directly to the actual day Yahweh Shai returns. Everybody understand? But you can link them up because Joel is still saying that day of the Lord and the events that are going to lead up to the day of the Lord, the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Con? All right, so let me know. Put a con 777 if y'all understand. All right. But yeah, brother, you can technically link that up also. All right, but that, if you get technical and break it down specific, that's what it's going into. All right, so we're going to do a quick opening prayer for the new moon 11th month. Hit a couple of more precepts. Any questions, comments y'all have in the chat, and some scriptures on the new moon, and that'll be our service for the night. All right, so let me light the menorah, candlestick. Cut the fan off, babe, for a minute. Oh, that one of the toys. Oh yeah. If Rob could reach it.
Which one is the?
Show him which one, Carl.
This one?
Okay. All right, so let's get the menorah lit. Open the prayers. So I just wanted to open up with that, y'all. There's a lot going on. A lot of judgment the Most High is bringing. And we're in that time, so as we see the day approaching, we got to serve him more, like it tells us in Hebrews the 11th chapter. So much the more as you see the day approaching. All right, Shalawam, everybody that's chiming in. ASHAR, CHAADASH, YARACH, happy new moon, 11th month. We're going to continue on after the prayer with a short lesson and any Q&A, a few scriptures on the new moon, and that'll be our service for the night. All right. But just remember, man, get serious, Israel. Get right with this truth because we're living in some serious times. Kwame Shah. All right. So we're going to rise and do the opening prayer. Imagine what Kanye Jerusalem stand and face Jerusalem or the east for opening Lord's Prayer. and the general blessing of the new moon. Alright, everybody repeat. Hallelujah.
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 Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kasha.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Aitha.
Artha.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kasha.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Palalium.
Payalim.
Hallelujah.
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 Lord's Prayer, Ancient Paleo Hebrew, Matthew 6, 9 through 13. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shamka.
Shaka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwavka.
Wakwako.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Aratazaka.
Aratazaka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Aisha.
Asha.
Arataza.
Rataza.
Kawa.
Kara.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Ashamayim.
Ashamayim.
Adonanawa.
Adonaya.
Lacham.
Agam.
Ko.
Ko.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Slaknawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Wafanawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasaklaknawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Wafanawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabiyainawa.
Tabanaya.
Wanasaya 1.
Isaiah 1.
Abol.
Abol.
Hawishainawa.
Ashayna.
Man.
Man.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Alakwaf.
Wa'ala.
Alawa.
Wataparaf.
Atapafaf.
Laiwalamyum.
Alanyum.
Amen. Hallelujah.
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 Our Father Yahweh which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua Tawara Aman. Hallelujah.
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 Blessing of the new moon, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Hashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Baba Kushah.
Baba Kasha.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Yarach.
Barak.
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 Nawa.
Nawa.
Rum.
Rum.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Kag.
Kag.
Ko.
Ko.
Salakia. Ko.
Ko.
Kagyum.
Kagim.
Mayasha'ala.
Mashiach.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Kag.
Kag.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Yarach.
Barak.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
From Yah.
Yah.
Awalam.
Alam.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Blessed O Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. Thank you for the new moon, 11th month, Most High. Thank you for giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, uplifting us, blessing us, watching over us forever and ever. Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. The water of man. Hallelujah.
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 Shema.
Shema.
YASHARAHLA.
YASHARAHLA.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alahayanawa.
Ayahayam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Achad. Shema.
Shema.
YASHARAHLA.
YASHARAHLA.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alahayanawa.
Ayahayam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Achad. Shema.
Shema.
YASHARAHLA.
YASHARAHLA.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alahayanawa.
Ayahayam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
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 Hear, O Israel, Yahweh power, Yahweh is one. Deuteronomy 6, verse 4. Credo of Israel. Hallelujah.
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 Be shouting. Be seated. Shalawam. Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Shalawam.
Shalawam.
And all praises to the Most High, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. Happy New Moon, 11th month. And we're just giving all praise and honor and thanks to the Most High. The Wada Yahweh, Wa Yahushua, forever and ever. Amen. Call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua, La'aywalam. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua, forever and ever. Amen. And happy New Moon, 11th month. Khan?
Khan.
Khan?
Khan.
Khan?
Khan.
All right, so, you know, we're just going to go over some things that's going on in the world. We've been touching on it since we opened up. But I just want to officially do the opening prayer with everybody. Let a few people come in. So all praises. So we living in some serious times, Israel. All right, we see what's going on in the world. We see, fall of governments. We see civil unrest, chaos, uprisings, disease, famine, plague, pandemic, sickness, death. These are some serious times that we're living in. So let's go to Sirach, the 7th chapter in the Apocrypha, and the 25th verse. All right? It's like it's Sirach 25 and 7. All right? Sirach chapter 25 and verse 7. So we're actually living in a great time. We're living in a great time where, our people, need to understand that this is the destruction of our enemy that oppressed us. You want paper and pen? You want to take some notes?
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. This is a great time that we're living in as a people. All right, because this is the destruction of Esau's kingdom, our main oppressor. Our main oppressor, Esau, this is the destruction of his kingdom and his society. So we're living in a great time as a nation of people, showing you the destruction, of like I said, our main oppressor. So let's go to Sirach chapter 25, and we're going to read verse 7. Sirach chapter 25 and verse 7. When everybody have it, say Khan. Sirach chapter 25 and verse 7. All right.
25 and 7.
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 and verse 7. Yeah, I got one. You can use that one. Get that to him. And give him a sheet of paper. Anybody got extra pen? All right. Sirach chapter 25 and verse 7. And it is thus and so. There be 9 things which I have seen in my heart to be happy. All right, so Sirach said there's 9 things that I've seen in my heart to be happy. All right, it says, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. All right, so he's getting it. Yeah, it says the 10th he will utter with his tongue. All right, read it again. It says there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. So Sirach, or Jesus, the son of Sirach, said there be 9 things that make him happy, and the 10th he will utter with his tongue. So there's nothing wrong at rejoicing at the fall of our enemies. We're going to read that. It says, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. That's the time we're living in right now. We're living to see the fall of our enemy. All right, we seeing chaos. We seeing Ashley Babbitt get shot in the neck at the Capitol, and I believe they said it was a brother that shot her. It was a black officer, I believe. That's the reports that's coming out. I could be wrong.
No, I got the video. It was a white.
It was Esau. Yeah,
I got the video.
I don't know why brothers saying it was Jake, but when I first saw the video, I seen an Edomite.
No, it was an Edomite.
I seen an Edomite shoot, but then I heard I think Tariq was bringing it out, and a couple other brothers was saying yo, that was a Jake that shot her. But I saw the first video. I was like, no, that was an Edomite. But either way, she's dead. All right, it was a judgment of the Most High. So the Lord says, he that seeth the fall of his enemy. Now, obviously, we know Ashley Babbitt was a white supremacist. She was an ex-military. She served 14 years, I think, in the Air Force. She was out of San Diego, which is a military town. San Diego is big on military. They're also big on CIA activity. When you study San Diego, they're big on CIA mind control activity. When you dig deep into the conspiracies and different things. Because a lot of times, wherever the military is, you're going to have the government agencies. All right, they work hand in hand. All right, so San Diego is big on military activity. So she was 14 years in the Air Force, white supremacist. All right, let's go down to Washington, D.C. and take our country back. And what? Her life got taken back to the spirit world. And these are the judgments we're going to see on our enemies. You can't say a Negro did it. You can't put a black man nowhere near in there. If you even try, it's going to look ridiculous. You can't put a Jake nowhere in there. That's white on white crime at its greatest. He that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. All right, so let's go to St. Mark 3:22. All right, St. Mark chapter 3 and verse 22. All right, the Most High is doing this to you because you've been an evil people. All right, you've been an evil people, and all the evil you've done to who? The Lord's chosen people. You raped, you robbed, you murdered, you destroyed us as a nation, and the Lord is bringing judgment upon you. And for our people that say, oh, that's so sad, don't say that. Listen, man, we got nothing to do with that. A Negro ain't got no, only thing HOI was down there prophesying the word and rubbing it in their face.
That's right.
The Most High is doing this to y'all because of y'all evil and wickedness.
Bring it out.
Now there's civil unrest. There's wars amongst the status quo of so-called white people because all the evil that you've done is coming down upon your own head. That's the Lord. The Lord is doing that. All right? At your nation's capital. So let's go to St. Mark chapter 3 and verse 22. And it reads, and the scribes which came down from Jerusalem said, he hath Beelzebub, and by the prince of the devils casteth he out devils. So they were trying to say Yahushua was working with Satan, being that he had the ability to cast out demons. Like I was talking about that earlier, when a couple of years ago they was talking about this CERN thing, where they was going to open a portal, I believe in Australia. They was going to open a portal and then unleash dark spirits into the earth. And you don't have to do that. There's already enough dark spirits in the earth as it is. You don't need some man-made portal to unleash spirits. Right.
Okay. Oh, okay. They had a server at USC campus. They said they had to take the server out because it was giving the students nightmares.
Right. So maybe through radioactivity or different things, certain frequencies, like, they tried to say the 5G was causing a coronavirus, and now everybody's walking around with 5G or whatever. It could cause long-term damage, but either way, there's no system or machine that's going to unleash spirits into the earth. The radioactive frequencies can cause people certain brain damage or whatever, but there's no machine that the Most High need Esau to make to unleash dark spirits. The dark spirits are already here from Satan. That's right. Yahushua was casting the demons out right here. And they was trying to say he was doing that through the power of Satan. No. He was doing that through the power of Yahweh. He was doing that through the power of Yahweh. All right? So, the point being, the Most High don't need a man-made machine to put dark spirits into the earth. There's dark spirits in the earth as it is. All right, the scriptures say Jerusalem would be inhabited of devils. When you read Baruch. All right, it tell you in Revelation 18, it says, Babylon is the cage and the hole of every foul spirit. So you don't need no damn CERN machine if it causes mental breakdowns and brain damage through the frequencies or whatever the case may be, radiation or radioactive waves or whatever, or electrical currents. But you don't need no machine to have dark spirits in the earth. The scriptures tell us they're already here. All right, so St. Mark 3:22 again. And the scribes which came down from Jerusalem said, he hath Beelzebub, and by the prince of the devils casteth he out devils. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? All right, so Yahushua, he said, look, I'm gonna throw a trick question at y'all. I'm gonna throw a parable at y'all. How can Satan cast out Satan? If I'm working through the power of the devil, how am I able to cast out devils? All right. It says, the fact that they making it proves the spirits are here. Right, God. The fact that you trying to create a machine to unleash dark spirits, that shows the dark spirits are here already. All right. Why did Esau try to blow up the moon? Because he's a demon. Why did they try to send 2 rockets to blow up the moon? To see if water is going to come off the moon. Because they deal with dark spirits and evil already. You got to be dark and evil. All right? You got to be dark. Shalawam, happy new moon, Brother Ariyah. You got to be dark and evil already to want to blow up the moon. All right? And tonight is the Lord's new moon. It's the dark moon. They haven't started going through its phases yet. Even though the dark moon is part of the phases, but it just so happened we're talking about how Esau tried to blow up the moon. Yeah, look that up a couple of years ago. They tried to send rockets, not once but twice, to blow up the damn moon to see if they can get water from it. All right, because Esau's trying to live forever, so he's trying to find other sources of life even trying to go out into the universe. And that's the most high realm up there. That's why your space stations and different stuff be crashing. All right, your space shuttles or whatever the case may be, the angels be shooting you down, knocking y'all down. All right, so reading on, it says, and he called unto them and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. That's what America is. It's a kingdom divided against itself. All right, look at now. I was watching Inside Edition earlier. They got a no mask movement now. They got these Edomites and I think Moab. I think maybe 1 or 2 Jakes and Northern Kingdom was in there. They got groups of people now going around and they're bum rushing. They're bum rushing stores, malls, supermarkets, and places of gathering and saying we're not putting on a mask. All right, it was on Go on Inside Edition's YouTube page. It was on there. All right, there's a no mask movement, and the Edomite woman looked like she was about to get in a fight with the reporter, Lisa Guerrero, I think her name is, from Inside Edition. She looked like she was about to get in a fight with her over the mask. She said, "You're a demon. It's an evil ritual." She said that mask is an evil ritual that y'all doing. All right, and these are so-called white people against white people. Who's leading the no mask charge? These Edomites. All right, they're leading the no mask charge, and they're bum rushing different malls and stores. They was right out here in California. I think they was right out in Carson or something, or somewhere right in Southern California. Bum rushing Smart and Final. I think they ran up in. You know what I'm saying? One of them fashion stores in the mall they ran up in. They ran up in the mall. They start doing a YMCA Trump dance because the no mask movement is Trump supporters.
Very true.
Right, and they're saying she G-checked the Edomite girl. She G-checked the reporter from Inside Edition, Guerrero, and she told her whether you wear the mask or not, if you're gonna get the virus, you're gonna get it. If you're not, you're not. She was like, the mask is actually a ritual. I was like, damn, Esau went deep on that one. Because, you know, they be studying all these conspiracies or whatever. They probably dug something up somewhere. This is a damn ritual y'all doing. Eyes wide shut.
Eyes wide shut, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got everybody putting a mask on. So now, that was the white woman against the white woman on Inside Edition. They looked like they was damn near about to fight. She's like, you're evil and you're doing the mask ritual. All right, to the reporter. So Satan's kingdom is divided and it can't stand. All right. Verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Yeah. Right now, technically, the White House is divided.
That's right.
It's not a peaceful exchange of power.
Nope.
The Most High's taking peace from this earth. Trump said, I'm not going to the inauguration. And Biden said, good, we can never agree more. You're storming the Capitol. The Capitol basically is another White House. That's all it is. It's just like the White House. All right? You're storming the Capitol because what? Satan's house, your literal house is divided. Your White House, because Esau, the so-called white man, you're Satan in the flesh, now you're divided. All right? You got all these Edomites climbing up the walls of the Capitol. Climbing the wall. I thought we was the monkeys. All right, I thought we was the monkeys. Now you're climbing the walls of the Capitol like monkeys and animals. You sneaking on the side of the Capitol. They got video of you sneaking on the side trying to plant pipe bombs. All right, you urinated and defecated all over and left defecation on the walls. It's disgusting. But that's how you are. You chased the little scared black man. You chased the little scared black man to the Capitol. The Capitol Police died. And notice the Most High be playing with these devils. The guy from the Capitol Police, I think his name was Corey Sick Nick. His name was Sick Nick. Now remember, in the MAGA incident, the young Edomite boy's name was Nick. It was Nick Sander or something like that. Sandman, yes, Nick Sandman. All right. So the Edomite, I think it was Bobby or Corey something, Sick Nick or something like that. All right, that Capitol Police that got killed. All right, and they want to bring some serious charges for the death of that Capitol Police. They was talking about charging Trump with murder because they say Trump incited the whole thing. That's why you read that scripture in Sirach 9:18. I brought that out at the camp Saturday. That said, a man of an ill tongue is dangerous in his city. Because Trump is the one that told him, he said, show up, it's going to be wild. Right? He tweeted that. Then he told everybody at 4:30, calm down. All right, it's over there. While they was dancing while all the chaos was going on. So we living in some serious times. A couple of them Edomites that died